So as an actuary, there's a lot of things that I need to consider, such as probability. And that's one of the first exams I have to take. And the question arises, what's the difference between probability and luck? Like, I know the chance that something might happen, but luck is something that happens or occurs to someone because they had some type of advantage that was unforeseen, that it just happened because of a random chance. But if we break that down, a random chance, is it truly random? So let's think about it. You have two people, so person one and person two. One goes to work every day, goes to work, comes back, watches TV, falls asleep. That's it, right? And they go repeat errands, right? The second person, they also work that same job. They might even work next to each other, right? And that person, after work, instead of watching TV, eating, sleeping, going out to the bar, whatever, they go and they work on their side hustle, whether it be playing the guitar or trying to make that startup business, right? So in that instance, is it random chance? Is it truly something that was lucky? Or did they actually put in the work, right? So in that instance, person two has more luck, right? Because they're taking the chances, they're taking the opportunity to succeed in another field, right? Okay, but now let's try to expand this problem. People might have a lot of ambitions, right? So that person who has a side hustle, another person might have that similar side hustle. Now, how do you compare those two people? You compare that person who works after work on their side hustle and another person who does the same thing. And now, how do you consider who's luckier and who will succeed? Now there, I feel it's not the luck at all, but rather the opportunities you set up on your own that allow you to succeed. The term overnight success, I feel, is very flawed and does not make sense. That you cannot be an overnight success because the person putting in that work has been working their tail off as long as they are. That whether it be that day, whether it be that month, year, 10 years that it took them to get to the point that they wanted to be, it's not overnight. That you will have to put in that work. The days that you don't want to work, you have to. And it might be tough, but none of this is luck if you put in the hard work. Luck arises when someone approaches you and gives you something that benefits you in that regard. Well, if the Interscope Records manager or CEO comes up to one of these people and they hear one of their songs, I feel like that's very little luck because you set up yourself to be in that situation, though the event itself might be lucky that that person was there. In our mind, if we look, it's lucky because we weren't expecting them to be there. We don't know where that person was going to be and whether they were going to hear our song or not. So in that respect, the stars all aligned. But that is probability. That is a very low probability chance event to us. Now, what if that CEO or Interscope Records person had the intent to go in the first place? That they wanted to go to that event that that person was playing at. They don't know who that person was, but they just wanted to go because they like listening to new music, right? They're going, so they have that probability of going. And that person playing the music has a probability of playing the music that night. So in some respect, if we look as a general overview, if you look down, if you're third person in this question, that's not luck. That's basically a probability question that boils down to there was a chance of that happening in the first place. You have to put yourself in that position to succeed in the first place. So don't put everything to luck, because it just doesn't make sense. That you just can't sit around and say, one day I'll get lucky. You have to put in your ballot, you have to put it in your effort to get to where you want to be. And so that's the type of mindset you need to have, that it's not going to come falling down in your lap, because you need to have your lap open in the first place. You need to be open enough and go for those opportunities when they arise and take them. So many deals, so many things have not been done because someone has not been present, or a lot of people have not been present there in that situation. Meetings couldn't be met because of this virus, that they couldn't meet because they had an in-person meeting, their internet failed, or whatever the chance may be. There's no such thing in my mind as luck. There might be very low probability events, there might be high probability events, but we get this concept flawed because we look at it as a personal view. And that's not a wrong thing to do. Just understand that you cannot rely on this concept of luck to succeed. Think about it. If you go to work and bank on luck to finish your work, no one's going to do it for you. You got to do it. Unless someone else is working on your project, no one's going to do it for you. And you might have a group project and everyone might do your work for you. That's not luck. They just did the work for you. You're part of a project. You're just a scum at that point. So try to think about these problems in this way, that everything has a chance and you really need to put in your all, because we only have this one chance. It doesn't mean that you only have one chance to do everything. Some events and some things might have better odds for you to succeed than others. That doesn't mean it's impossible, right? So if someone goes to jail and they signed a record deal before they went to jail, they might lose the record deal after they come out of jail. That does not mean that they cannot succeed again after they come out and serve their time. Whatever the case may be, we can always succeed because there are so many second chances, and we're so privileged to have, either in this country or in the world, that people are willing to give us second chances because we put in the hard work and they see that. It's not luck. Okay? So that's all I have for today. If you need any help, advice, anything, let me know down in the comments. Feel free to DM me. All my link is in the description. Other than that, peace out.